Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Quilters Apothecary. I am very excited to make an announcement. So, we are ready to go live with our wonderful Zoom classes. Now, I know a lot of you have come to our studio and taken in person classes hands on. But one of the things, of course, that we found with the recent COVID issue is that people want to stay home. And also, with things going on economically, people want to stay home and save money on hotel room, on travel. And so we put together some amazing classes for Zoom so that you can sit in the privacy of your own home with your pajamas on, if you so choose, and take some incredible classes. What we decided to do when we decided to do the Zoom classes, our normal workshops were actually 3-day intensives, and they were long days. But with you at home, we know that sometimes your attention span can be a little challenging. So we decided to go with 4-hour chunks of time, focus on a few main things. That way, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck while you're sitting at home. Now, here is how a lot of this is going to work for the surface quilting, whether you're on a long arm or a sit down, or even your home machine. This will apply to any of those because most of these are about learning designs. But how this is going to work is we are going to go through a ton of designs in each of the different classes, and you're going to sit and you're going to draw along with me. And then at the very end, what'll happen is I'm actually going to have a section in which I am going to do some samples and examples of sewing some of this out. Because one of the things that we know when we're doing quilting is that first, people practice and start on paper, and that is one of the more important things. And we also figure, as many of you that have taken my classes before, you get a lot more bang for your buck, and I can squeeze a ton more designs in if we're working on paper. And this isn't a sit and watch class. This is definitely a you are joining class. One of the classes that we're going to start with in our series is the beginner class. And that's for people who are interested in getting a long arm, or you have a long arm and you're not sure what to do. And in that class, as you check all of these descriptions, it's going to explain everything that we go through. And we cover a lot of stuff. We cover batting, we cover thread, we cover tension, we cover marking tools, we cover all sorts of stuff. And then we also are going to have a beginning rulers class. Now, on the beginning rulers class and any of the rulers classes, such as beginning rulers, borders and blocks, shapes, and the mystical modern class, on those you're actually going to be using rulers. Now, one of the things I suggest, we're saving a lot of money with not having to travel and pay for hotels. And what Rich and I did was we decided to make sure to offer ruler bundles to go along with those classes if you so chose. And in that bundle will be the drawing set that you're going to be drawing with. And by the way, you're not just going to be using those in classes. Those are something that you should be using for the rest of your quilting life. When you're sitting in front of the TV watching TV, you should have your rulers out and you should be practicing your quilting. Now let me get back on track here. Along with the option for the drawing ruler is going to be another option for any ruler-based classes where you can also get the accompanying long arm rulers. And those are going to be at a nice big discount. So that way, you're not just saving money on traveling and on hotel, but you're also going to be saving some money on the rulers themselves. Now, I would definitely suggest to you when you go and you check out the classes on the website where you're going to sign up for them, when you look at each class, obviously the beginner class, just regular, there are no rulers. So it's just going to be simply the class. And by the way, let me back up a little bit. With each of these classes, we're going to send you a file for the handouts, and you're going to copy off a set of handouts. And what I like about that is that later on, when you're practicing, You can also reprint the handout so that you can trace over and over and over again and not just use one handout. You're going to have access to those handouts over and over. We would like to make sure we've priced these classes um, extremely well. So we would kind of like to keep you with the handouts. We'd like you to not hand them out to other people. We're kind of going on a gentleman's agreement here. So if you can, that's fine, but if you want to share, hey, that's up to you. Obviously, we're not going to do anything about it. And we want everybody to start to quilt. But we have priced these so that everybody should be able to afford to take the classes. So back to the ruler thing. So if you do go to one of the ruler classes, there's going to be a drop-down menu when you go to pay for the class. There's going to be the class only, if you only want to take the class and let it be just a lecture, which is fine if that's the road you want to go down. But also, if you look at the drop-down menu, then there's going to be a section where you can get the drawing rulers to go along with it, because I do want you working with me. That would be my preference, is that you are drawing along with me on paper so that you get the ideas. And then there's going to be another option in the drop-down menu, which is the third tier, which is going to be the drawing rulers, the class, and some accompanying long arm rulers. Now, not all of the quilting rulers are going to be in that bundle. Some of the things I'm going to suggest as we're going over things in class, we don't want to make it so that it's too expensive. And again, with rulers, you want to kind of add as you go. And you may not want to add everything right away. So I think that you are probably going to be just as excited as we are about this. We're going to make sure that this is a Cadillac experience for everybody. These are done via Zoom, and there's going to be right on the website where you sign up, there's actually going to be a tutorial. Rich is going to do a tutorial on how to check to make sure your computer is Zoom worthy. Therefore, Rich, what would you say? The speed is going to work well. What else? Yeah, it's going to be, it's to test your computer to make sure that your download speed, so you're not going to have a lot of breaks, that it doesn't blink or anything like that. And there's going to be a link, so you can go right to that link and check out, and make sure that that works well for you. Right now with these days, we need to keep our education up. And a lot of us are at home, and now we're actually going into winter. So we're going into the November, December, January, February months. We have our first set of classes that are going to be up on the schedule, I think, through end of January, maybe the beginning of February. And then we're going to load our next setup, which is going to include some of the same classes, but also going to move more into the art type classes, some of the thread painting, some of the portraiture applique, some of those sorts of things, as well as some piecing things. So that's going to be coming early spring. So go check it out. And I want to see you in the Zoom classes. Have a wonderful day. Take care of each other, and we will see you down the road.